Okay, hello YouTube. This is going to be my very first knife review video. This is a new hobby for me, just starting out. And this is the baseline from which I'm starting. This was actually the very first pocket knife I ever bought. This is probably 15 years old. It's a Kershaw Black Horse, made in Japan. 1060, I think that's the steel. You'll have to uh, uh, you'll have to pardon me because I'm not familiar with the steels and the materials quite yet. I'm still learning all the names of the parts and just even now just starting to learn the brands that are out there of custom knife making. But I bought this at an REI many years ago in Fort Collins when I was in grad school and working at REI for part-time. And that was one of the first things I got for camping. This one's even older. I got this in Los Angeles when we were still living in LA. This is a Cold Steel San Mai, made in Japan when they were still made in Japan. I don't know if they still are. And this is a laminate blade from what I remember the salesperson telling me. And it's got on here Ventura, California. I don't know if that is still their headquarters or not, but I've had this for probably over 20 years. This isn't as quite as old. This is probably about 8 years old. A Gerber. I forget what this is called actually. Made in Taiwan. I think it cost 30 bucks, 25 bucks at the local Fisherman's Marine. And as you can see, it's had a ton of use and abuse. The tip is chipped, and what was once a black blade is pretty much destroyed. It is pretty sharp though. I just recently sharpened it on my Norton stones, which is another hobby that I'm starting to get into. My actual plan is to purchase the Wicked Edge set, the mid-range set, not the $700 craziness, but the mid-range, with a couple of extra ceramic stones and a couple of extra strops to start sharpening, using that to sharpen the knives that I collect. But this one was sharpened using the Norton stones, and I've used it mostly to open cardboard boxes, which is why it's so beat up. And this one I bought about 10 years ago. This is a Benchmade Presidio. Has also seen a lot of use. I've cut a lot of rope, packaging rope. Also opened a lot of boxes with this. Recently sharpened again on the Norton. And this is automatic, as you can see, with the axis lock and a nice little thumb lock there behind the whatever this. I think this is called jimping. But this is probably the knife I carry everywhere with me. I take this everywhere. So this is going to be the baseline, and I figure what I'm not gonna do is just collect absolutely everything that I think looks cool. I'm going to limit myself to folding knives with either G10, which I realize there's a lot of them with G10 nowadays, or titanium scales preferably. But in particular wood scales, wood knives, handles with wood in them, and that's going to sort of be my criteria. Otherwise it'd just be all over the place, and I'd probably go broke pretty quickly. So that's my very first knife video, and we'll see where it goes. This hobby takes me in the future. Alright, thanks for tuning in.